Batman, Telltale series final chapter trailer. Telltale Games has released the official trailer for the fifth and final episode of Batman the Telltale series, the episodic game they've been releasing throughout the year. In the final chapter, the leader of the Children of Arkham prepares to execute the final act of a plan to destroy the Wayne family name and the people closest to you are in their path of vengeance. Titled City of Light, the episode will debut Tuesday, December 13th on PC, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, as well as compatible iOS devices via the App Store and Android devices via Google Play. Batman, the Telltale series is Caped Crusader comfort food. This week the finale for Batman, the Telltale series arrives on nearly every non-Nintendo gaming machine out there. To prepare, I spent the weekend playing the first 4 episodes of the adventure game Juggernaut's take on the Dark Knight. After such a highly concentrated Batman blast, not only am I stoked for the final episode, I was also reminded that even a familiar rendition of a well-worn franchise can still be pretty great. Telltale's Batman isn't based on any one version of Batman but rather the Batman mythos as a whole. This frees the developers to add their own twists to the series, like a less charitable view of Bruce's saintly parents, a suspiciously suave redesign for the Penguin, and an increased focus on Bruce Wayne's high-class escapades alongside Batman's urban brawls. Still, anyone with even a passing Batman familiarity will immediately recognize much of what is going on in this game overall. Characters like Catwoman, Harvey Dent, Jim Gordon, Alfred, and others show up and do pretty much what you expect them to do. You can make pivotal story choices as is the Telltale tradition, but there are certain core Batman tenets too strong for anyone who isn't Bane to break. At first this bugged me a little. Throughout the first episode I just kept saying, yup, this sure is some Batman. Been there, done that. But I kept playing and was eventually hooked for a pretty simple reason. Batman stuff, when done well, is awesome. Gotham is still a compelling place with a fantastic cast of characters even when you've seen it all before. Instead of being annoyed by every moment that reminded me of something in the Nolan movies or the animated series or the comics, I relished the opportunity to recall entertainment I've enjoyed. This game is Batman comfort food. I wish it took more chances. Casting anyone more interesting than Troy Baker would be been a start. But I can't deny the appeal of safe but solid Batman. At this point, that's pretty much the only way to approach Telltale's games as a whole. This is the first series I've played from the developer since 2012's The Walking Dead. There are some Batman-specific flourishes like dynamic quick-time event fights and light puzzle-solving detective segments. However, for the most part, this is the same style of branded, story-based, branching dialogue-dependent, technically janky, cartoony adventure game the company dedicates all of its time and resources towards. On one hand, that's a disappointment. On the other hand, if you take long enough breaks between Telltale games you can gain a better appreciation for the formula. It's like Pokemon in that way. Allowing players to dictate the story through their dialogue choices is still a great gameplay hook for episodic experiences trying its hardest to be a TV show. When given the opportunity to be a silent or chatty Batman, I always chose silent Batman, leading to a nice mix of hilarious and badass results. Other games in other genres from other companies just can't give you intriguing emergent opportunities like that when adapting these kinds of franchises. So now we're just waiting to see if Batman, the Telltale series sticks the landing. Hopefully, it'll truly justify the M rating. For as nice as it is to play games for adults that are actually mature instead of pandering, it is weird that between this and Batman, Arkham Knight, there are multiple modern Batman games that children can't buy. That doesn't feel like Batman. Fortunately, the rest of the game completely does. Batman, the Telltale series Episode 5, City of Light Review. by Alana Pierce. The finale episode of Telltale's Batman series concisely wraps up Bruce Wayne's tense personal and political conflicts, successfully tapping hard into empathy as it does. Episode 5, titled City of Light, is just under an hour and a half long, but it manages to neatly explore the previously elusive psychology of our main villain without straying far from Bruce Wayne's increasingly strong drive and responsibility to resolve things. It's a clear-cut story that's action-packed right from the start, and despite managing to following episode 4's frustrating pacing issues, it was a relief to find that episode 5 only has one fairly brief dialogue sequence that feels like a waste of time.